Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 12 of What If Naruto Got a New Bloodline. Remember to get this 1 to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out Uchiha Naruto The Sage. I just posted a new episode of that on this channel, so go ahead and check it out and enjoy. And after this on my main channel tonight, I will be posting What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother? And also, What If Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu? So stay in tune for that and enjoy all the lovely what is coming your way. If you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, what you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family and be a part of the channel. And thank you all for your support and help. And remember, comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So last time we left off, Naruto and Jiraiya headed out. After leaving the village, Naruto told Jiraiya that he wanted to learn something on this time that they leave the village. As Jiraiya decided to teach Naruto the Rasengan, and in one day, Naruto managed to master the balloon pop and the rubber ball pop. Only thing that was left was the last phase of the Rasengan. But before that, he faced off against Tsunade, as we now know that Kushina was Tsunade's daughter, so that means that Naruto is the grandson of Tsunade. Even though she had someone to take care of in the village, she was too upset with the death of her child, so she decided to not stay at the village anymore, and that is why she left. So they met up and the both of them battled, as Tsunade was pretty impressed by Naruto's power and the abilities that he possessed. Naruto tried to form the Rasengan, but it was too soon and it imploded on itself, sending both of them flying away. So that was basically last part we left off. You guys can check out the rest of the episode by switching across the playlist and enjoy. So let's start this new episode. We start this episode right after Naruto failed the Rasengan. Hey kid, that last jutsu you just went for, that is way too advanced for someone as weak as you, Tsunade said. Just give up on it before you face disappointment from your failure, she told him. Too advanced, huh? Just watch, I will have it down in a week, and then I will use it to kick your ass and bring you back to the village, and that is a promise, Naruto said, as Tsunade burst out in laughing. Yeah right, you will never get that jutsu down. But you know what, let's make a bet. If you manage to get that down in a week, I will go back to the village with you. And also, I will even give you my necklace. But if you lose, you will have to spend the rest of your life sending me 80% of the money that you make each year, Tsunade said. As Shizune was shocked that Tsunade would really bet that necklace and how dangerous she made it for the young boy. I accept your challenge, Naruto said, because I won't back down from this promise, and that is my ninja way, he said, making Tsunade see images of the ones that she lost standing right beside Naruto, but she shook it off and then left the area. The next morning, early, Naruto got out of his bed, as he then remembered what happened yesterday, as he flipped out and jumped on his feet, as he got quickly ready for the day. He then ran out the door, telling Jiraiya that he was going to train. Jiraiya was just getting up as he chuckled at Naruto's determination, but he went through his morning routine as faster as well, so he can get more research done today. With Naruto, he was currently under a shady area under the tree, outside of the village, as he was trying to form the Rasengan in his palm. He figured that if he tried to do it this way first, it would be easier than if he tried to use it against someone. But he failed. But every time he failed, he got even more determined as he was focused on getting it done. Of course, he could use the Shadow Clone Jutsu to try and help himself, but he wanted to do it by himself without cheating with his clone. So Naruto went trying all the way to lunchtime. Don't worry, I will get this jutsu down. You just watch, Tsunade, he said, as he went into town to get some lunch. Currently with Tsunade, she was sitting down as she was weighing the options that Orochimaru gave her to revive back her loved ones. And she would heal his hand, but is that really worth it of letting him destroy the village? But of course, thinking about her loved ones and the village brought her thoughts back to the fight that she had with Naruto. There is no way that boy can learn that jutsu in a week. After all, Kushina tried to get me to learn it, and even with my perfect control, I wasn't able to, being a medic nin and all. Damn it, why does he have to remind me so much of them, she said, as she drank a bottle of sake. She then ordered another one. Time skip, 6 days later with Naruto. It was the last day for him to practice the jutsu that he got a pretty good handle on. He was now refining it to make sure it was as perfect as possible. But he did not expect Shizune to come and see him. "Hello Shizune, how are you doing today?" Naruto asked politely. "Pretty good. I figured I'd just come and see how you're doing," she told him honestly. As Naruto and Shizune sat there and they talked for a while about basically normal things back at Konoha, and Naruto then got back to his Rasengan. The next morning, it is near time, Tsunade thought as she left the hotel without looking back at Shizune. As she was going to the meeting point, am I really making the right choice? She wondered to herself. After all, on one hand, she would have her loved ones back, and she would finally made up for the choice that always weighed down on her. But soon she remembered what happened last night as she straightened her thought and know that she already made up her mind. Last night, flashback, Tsunade was checking her things as Shizune came into the room, and what she saw annoyed her. Is it really that hard to pick against your own village or a murderer who killed your sensei and countless others? Shizune asked. Tsunade sighed. Shizune, it is not that simple. You just don't know what I am going through at the moment. You're right, I don't understand what it feels like to lose my lover, but I understand what it feels to lose a family loved one. But look at me, I was sad, and I got over it and didn't wallow in the depression. Shizune told Tsunade as she decided now was time to tell Tsunade her true thoughts before she made the worst mistake. You brat, it might be simple as that to you, but it hasn't been for me. Just don't think that you traveled with me for a long time now that you know anything about my life, Tsunade growled out. I don't know what you went through before meeting me, but I know the woman I first saw was strong and proud, even though you went through a long hard life and was broken with misery. Shizune told her, you dare try to talk down to me? I am the one that helped you form, and now you try to talk down and say I'm nothing but a depressed old hag? Tsunade growled at her as she turned her anger at her for the first time since they started traveling. Yes, you did make me the kunoichi I am today, but it is that the way that I escape all my misery, and if you are the same woman who I met a long time ago, you will realize the same thing as well. Shizune told her as Shizune left the room. As Tsunade stopped packing, as she just sit on the bed, as she then lie back and look up in the ceiling, bringing her thoughts together. End of the flashback. As Tsunade was walking, just you wait Shizune, I will show you, she said. Open field. Ah, Tsunade, you showed up. And what is your answer? Orochimaru asked with his grin on his face. But Tsunade didn't answer as she brought up her hands and started channel chakra until they visibly glowed. Oh, you chose the right thing, said Orochimaru as he started to walk towards her and lifting up his hands for her to heal them. But before he could make it towards her, a kunai landed right between them, causing Orochimaru to jump back. As Kabuto landed beside Orochimaru, sorry Lord Orochimaru, but that chakra would have only caused you pain. Tsunade, I thought that you were making the right choice of healing my hands so I could bring back your loved ones. But you made the wrong choice, said Orochimaru. Tsunade then rushed towards the both of them intending to punch them, but she had to jump back as Kabuto used a chakra scalpel and tried to cut her, cross her torso. Damn brat, move out of the way, Tsunade growled out at Kabuto, causing him to smirk. I am sorry, Lady Tsunade, but I can't allow you to arm Lord Orochimaru, Kabuto told her, with his glasses gleaming in the light. This just made Tsunade narrow her eyes at the boy. Then, I will just have to kill the both of you, she said, as she charged towards him. He tried to hit her, but she went around him, as she slammed her fist into his stomach, but at the last second he used a substitution jutsu, as Tsunade crashed her fist straight down into the ground, destroying the ground around her, causing Orochimaru to jump back a great distance. Kabuto then landed in the rubble, as he then pulled out a kunai, as Tsunade rushed towards him, but he cut his own palm, as he showed Tsunade the blood. Come on Tsunade, what's the problem? It's just a little blood, as Tsunade was having flashbacks of her horrible, terrible dead loved ones, of blood and everything that bad that happened to her, as she just froze up, as Kabuto smirked at this, seeing that she was totally worthless when it comes to this, as he flashed the blood on her, as she screamed out and fell down to her knees. Back in town, when Shizune woke up, she expected to see Tsunade glaring at her after the conversation that they had last night, or drinking a lot of sake, but she got worried as the room was empty, as she then quickly figured out where her teacher must have gone, as she then launched out of her bed and got herself appeared, as she then run to find Jiraiya. As she reached the room, she pounded on the door, as after a few seconds, Naruto opened the door in his boxers. But she paid no mind to his appearance at the moment, and she was happy that she found a member of their group. Naruto, where is Jiraiya? Lady Tsunade has gone to see Orochimaru, and we need to go after her quickly. As when she said that snapped him back to reality, as he was in a sleepy phase. What? This is bad. Rasengan never came back from his trip last night. As they then heard something to the left, as they turned around to see Jiraiya walking down the corridor, as he looked tired. Looked like something was wrong with him. Jiraiya, what is wrong? Asked Shizune. Well, it seemed for some reason Tsunade drugged me last night. Something that is making my chakra go haywire. Jiraiya told her as he leaned on the door frame for support. Shizune quickly rushed up to him as her hands started to glow green as she started to do a medical ninjutsu. Don't worry, this drug should be out of your system in the next few hours, she said sadly, as they needed his full power right now and he couldn't fight in his situation. Damn it, the old hag drugged him and now we have to go save her ass, Naruto said. Rasengan, do you think you can fight? He asked, completely serious. I have no choice. Then let's go and get the whole hag before something bad happens. At the battlefield, Kabuto was beating on Tsunade, stomping on her as Tsunade was too in a frail mood that she couldn't do anything. He then looked at his kunai as he was ready to end her, as he pulled back his hand, but before he could stab her, a blue chain came out of nowhere and rushed at him as he had to flip back about 10 times before this chain stopped coming towards him, as he then noticed 3 more people had arrived. Oh, it seems that Jiraiya, Shizune and Naruto have come to join our fight, said Orochimaru as he chuckled a bit, as it only increased when he saw Jiraiya being held by Shizune, as he was still having problem with the drug. Meanwhile, Naruto was looking over at Tsunade. Is this all you have, old hag? All that power you claim to have, but you were stopped by a few drops of blood. How sad can you get? Naruto then turned to his opponents. I will finish you all off, he said out loud. Now Jiraiya, like how you're here, let's take this match up, shall we? As Orochimaru called Kabuto, who already knew what he wanted, as Kabuto bit his own thumb and wiped the blood on Orochimaru's hand as he ran through hand sign, summoning jutsu as he slammed his hand on the ground. Orochimaru, how dare you summon me? Manda asked, as he looked at each human like if the very sight disgusted him. Lord Manda, we require your help fighting these ninjas. Kabuto said in respect, you call me just to fight these puny humans. Fine, but I expect 100 human sacrifice. It will be done, said Orochimaru. Damn, the snake is here, Naruto. I need Gamabunta. Jiraiya said as Naruto bit his thumb as he ran through hand sign. Summoning jutsu, he said. As there was another huge puff of smoke. Again, kid? Said Gamabunta as he looked around. Wait, isn't that Manda? Kid, you always bring me in the worst situations. As he complained, saying that he doesn't really like Naruto that much yet. Gamabunta, I need your help fighting against Manda and Orochimaru. Jiraiya told him as the toad get focused on the battle. Ah, Jiraiya, you're fighting them again, I see. Well, I can use a new snake wallet. But then there was another puff of smoke as they saw a large slug, blue and white. So you're here as well, said Gamabunta. So it looked like all of the group is here. As all of them were shocked as they looked up at the summoner. Katsuyu, let's rejoin this fight, Tsunade told her summoner, as she was confident after what Naruto said. It troubled her to know that she was that weak. Simple drop of blood could take her down like that. She couldn't allow it. As all of the three sannin stared at each other, while Kabuto, Naruto and Shizune were on the ground fighting. Naruto, are you okay to fight after summoning Gamabunta? Shizune asks as she knows chakra reserved for younger ninjas are very small. Don't worry, I am still 100%, Naruto said with a big smile as Shizune nodded as she turned towards Kabuto, who just adjusted his glasses as he looked over at Naruto. Shizune then quickly rushed at Kabuto as she pulled back her sleeve to show a strange contraption on her arm. It was a Senbon needle launcher as she launched lots of Senbons towards Kabuto. Kabuto started to jump back and flip through all of the attacks as he then rushed at her, intending to kill her as she still had her hand up after using the Senbon launcher. But before he could get near to her, the blue chain shot right in front of him, intending to pierce right through his chest, but he quickly jumped back, avoiding the attack. Naruto, how do you expect to win if you use the same thing over and over again? Kabuto asked with a smile. Suddenly, the ground under his feet shattered as Naruto came out of the ground as he used a wing technique as Kabuto was able to jump back, but not fully in time as his forehead was cut after the attack. He quickly went over as he stomped down on the Naruto that was in the ground, as it then poofed away. As Shizune took this as her perfect opportunity as she fired Senbon needles at Kabuto and they were able to pierce him right in his upper torso. It seems like these guys are better fighters than we thought, Kabuto thought to himself as he then felt a pain in his chest as he looked down at the needles. Damn, poison. My pills should be able to help me, but I can only take 3 of them before they become too dangerous for me to use. As Kabuto took one of the pills after taking out the Senbon needles, as he then made a quick plan as he started to run away. Naruto, he's running from us. I will fight him closely with my medical knowledge. As you run, support with your chains, Shizune said as Naruto nodded. Kabuto then suddenly stopped. So there is a limit how far those chains can go before they get me back into range. He then ran back at Shizune with his hand glowing with the chakra scalpel as Shizune did the same as the both of them fought as Naruto helped with support when using his chains. But it was too overwhelming and in the end, there was a chain with a kunai point at the end that pierced right through Kabuto's stomach. As the chain then lifted him up and started to spin as it drilled a huger hole in his stomach and then threw him down to the ground. Kabuto coughed up a lot of blood as he pulled out one of his pills and took it. As it started to deliver healing back to his body as his body slowly started to regenerate the hole. He then rushed at Shizune again, but he was being pushed back by the effort of Naruto and Shizune. as Naruto intending on hitting him again with the chain, but Kabuto jumped back as Naruto realized that Kabuto was out of range of his chains. Shizune rushed towards him as Kabuto smiled. He dodged her attack as he hit her 2 times in her shoulders, as her arms went limp, as Kabuto smiled as he rushed towards her, trying to end her life. But he was shocked as 2 chains wrapped around his chest, stopping him. "How? You were at your limit. I make sure of that," Kabuto said. "Huh, I figured that someone would use it against me. So in our earlier fight, I made sure to stop my chains a few feet away from my limit, so I could caught you off guard if you think I was at my limit." "Now, get over here," Naruto told Kabuto, as he held out his hand and the Rasengan started to form in his one hand, as Kabuto was pulled towards him. "And now it's over," said Naruto, as he slammed the Rasengan into Kabuto, as Kabuto was broken away from the chains, as he spun away and hurtled into a wall near Manda, as Naruto smirked as he was about to cheer about his victory. But then a pain felt all over his body as he dropped to his knees, as he then fell face front on the ground. "Naruto," Shizune said, as she ran over and tried to help him after healing her arms. With Kabuto was puking up blood. "What a terrible attack," he said, as he brought his shaky hand up to his mouth and managed to swallow his last medical pill to heal his body. He then stood up as he was ready to finish the fight, but he then started to cough in his hand as he looked down at his hand to see blood. "Truly a horrible attack. Even the pill wasn't able to heal me fully, and now I am in critical condition and I am low on chakra." Kabuto thought, annoyed as he ran a diagnostic jutsu on himself. "Looks like I have done all I can do with this fight, Lord Orochimaru, but at least I was able to end the Jinchuuriki's life," Kabuto thought with a sick smile as he watched Shizune flip Naruto over and run her own diagnostic test on him. "Damn it," said Shizune. "Now I understand. He hit Naruto before the Rasengan hit him. Naruto is currently bleeding to death." "I won't let you die," said Shizune, as she tried her best to heal Naruto, but she knew with her skills that wouldn't happen, as she wasn't up to that level yet. "Come on, Naruto, live!" she cried out, as she tried to heal Naruto, but she wasn't too experienced, as she wouldn't want to lose the boy that she met, and she just have such a strange attachment to him already, as she can slowly feel his heart rate going slower and slower. With Jiraiya, Tsunade and Orochimaru. "Jiraiya, what would your precious village do if they find out that you need a child to help you summon?" Orochimaru said with a smirk. "Shut up, Orochimaru, and just prepare to be punished for your crime," Jiraiya told him, as he was not in the mood to talk. But while they were having their brief conversation, Tsunade get distracted by something, as she then focused back on the fight. "Tsunade, are you ready?" Jiraiya asked, to make sure that she wasn't falling back into her phobia. "Yes, Jiraiya." As Orochimaru smiled as the battle began, as the battle raged on, with the slug and the toad getting the upper hand on Orochimaru's snake Manda, as Orochimaru decided to take it in his own hand, as he stretched his tongue and wrapped up Tsunade, but Tsunade grabbed it as she pulled him closer and slammed her fist into his face, but she didn't let him go, as she pulled him closer again and started to beat on him hard, as she then spun him around and sent him flying down to the ground hard, as Orochimaru cursed in his mind. "Damn it, this is not going well. Manda is more than likely to get bored and annoyed and leave. And without my hands, there is no way I will defeat these two. Unless," Orochimaru said as he started to think, as he then looked over to where Kabuto was, saw that Kabuto was defeated. "Damn it, it can't work. Kabuto is out. So I guess we will have to retreat for now." As Orochimaru then started to speed away through the forest, as Manda then poofed away, as Orochimaru didn't even care about Manda or Kabuto. Kabuto slowly got up as he sensed his master, Chakra, retreating, as he tried to follow behind his master with all of his injuries. When this happened, both the slug and the toad disappear after saying their farewells. As Tsunade then saw Shizune sitting over Naruto, wondering what she was doing. As she walked over, "Shizune, what happened?" she said as she rushed towards Naruto. Naruto hit Kabuto with a complete Rasengan, but when he did, Kabuto managed to hit him with his chakra scalpel to nick Naruto's aorta, causing him to internally bleed. And I've been trying my best to heal him up, but even with me doing this, he won't survive for another hour if it do not fix, Shizune said as sweat was covering her face as she has to keep her chakra dense to stop the blood from leaking in Naruto as she tried her best. "No, I won't allow him to die," said Tsunade. As Tsunade know, if this was a normal person, he would have already been dead, but thanks to the Kyuubi healing him, it did have a better chance of fixing his aorta. As Tsunade sit there and Shizune helping out as best as she could, as they went on for about 15 minutes, until Tsunade sighed, "Yes, we did it, we're in the clear now. Only thing he needs is a good night rest," she said, with a happy smile on her face. Later that day, Naruto was lying down on the bed as Tsunade and Jiraiya, they were packing for their trip back to Konoha, as Shizune had a smile on her face, happy that Tsunade is going back to Konoha and that her will of fire has returned. Hotel room a little later, Jiraiya and Tsunade went off as Jiraiya decided to help Tsunade in paying for all of her debt, so none of the bill collectors will come and look for her. As Shizune finished everything, packing and all that, as she looked over at Naruto, she then heard a knock on the door, but as soon as she opened it, she was put into a genjutsu. "Good job, Itachi, and now that the woman is taken care of, we can easily collect the brat," Kisame told Itachi with a smirk on his face that only grew larger when he noticed that Naruto was out cold. "Let's just get out of here with our target. It wouldn't be wise to fight two sannins at one time," said Itachi as they walked towards Naruto. As Kisame picked up Naruto and put him on the shoulder, as Itachi turned his back and started to leave. But guys, I'm going to be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And go on ahead and check out my main channel, because after this, I'm going to be doing what if Tsunade was Naruto's mother, and also what if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu. So stay in tune and enjoy those. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.